Good.
Hello.
Hi guys. Doug directs things like Justice League Action and Constantine City of Demons. So you see the balance here.
I like the Constantine Scooby Doo mashup. That's
That's what we'll do.
Oh, yes.
Two
That's the
decidedly
sequel.
different ends of
Yeah.
horror. Take it away.
That's absolutely true. That's a good point.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing awesome. So tell us about the plot.
I'm sorry.
The plot of the movie.
The-
What part of it did you like more than anything?
Well, it was. I think the part that's fun is that it's a mashup of celebrity chefs with mostly Shaggy and Scooby, who eat all the time and crazy, and it just seemed like a no-brainer, I guess, to finally bring those together. I thought it was fun to work with those characters and try and do a somewhat scary ghost where we could, but still have some goofy fun and some. Take care of that. Sorry.
Oh no worries.
So how excited were you to work with Bobby and Giada?
It was great. I was really thrilled, and we when we went to the record and they came, they each recorded separately.
Okay.
All the chefs recorded separately by themselves, and so of course we had our fingers crossed. Hey, maybe they'll cater, you know.
You're right.
They didn't.
That's sad.
Yeah, we were sad too. I mean, we had a spread, but it wasn't.
But nothing
No,
is
it's
good.
good, yeah.
Yeah, muffins and
So what brought the idea about to do the Gourmet Ghost?
Well, from what I understand, I wasn't in the writer's room because I'm the director, so I come in after the script is done. So, but the way we've talked about it and the way Tim has told me it came to fruition was it just somebody had the idea of bringing these celebrity chefs as co-stars because of Shaggy and Scooby and the way they are with food, and it just seemed like an obvious idea that could have happened a long time ago.
How did you get involved with the project?
I was approached by the producer, Giada, and he and I have worked together many times. We've started together on Batman the Animated Series as storyboard artists, and so we've known each other a long time, and he asked me to come direct on it while he produced it. So,
Was this your first Scooby Doo movie?
no, I've done I did storyboards on Scooby Doo in Camp Scare and Scooby Doo in the Fanasaur, and then I was a storyboard artist on the series Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated, and I directed an episode of that. And so that's where my experience with Scooby has come.
So how do you go from doing the storyboarding, the writing, and then making a sharp left and directing? Because it takes different skill sets.
Well, to a degree it does, but there's still a lot of storyboarding is still trying to make continuity and visual continuity like a movie, and the thing about being a storyboard artist, you have your own small section that you're worried about, and as a director you come in and you have 3 storyboard artists, or however many there are, and you come in and you try and make that all work cohesively, and you try and solve problems that come up, because there's always like, that doesn't really work, maybe we should try it this way, and what if they come in over here instead, or we hold we don't show that for a while, and things like that. So it's just a matter of the two storyboarding and directing go hand in hand, but there's still a lot of other decisions that have to be made, and so it's just you're trying to make sure the whole thing comes together as cohesively as you can.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so that's pretty much.
So I have an ignorant question. When I think of directing, I think of someone on a set dealing with real life
Right.
people, with the movements, with the delivery.
Right.
How do you direct animation?
In animation, it's different because it's not with live action actors, and you're not there with a camera and saying go stand over there. But in a way, you still control because it's drawings now. So it's a storyboard is a square that we have. It's basically the frame of the picture, and we go from shot to shot, and we decide in drawings what that shot is. Rather than setting up the camera, it's an actual just a drawing or a sketch, and you work out the continuity and the movement. The movement's always, you have to work out the movement, you have to work out the timing, and so it's similar visually, it's just a different technique to get
A
to what
different
you
medium.
need. Different medium, yeah. So it's a
That's fascinating.
So then what aspect of directing do you focus on, since there's also a voice director? Do you guys overlap at all?
We do some, yeah. Well, with the voice director, we had a great casting director, Wes Gleason, and so I would sit behind Wes, and he actually dealt with the actors one-on-one mostly, but I would, if there was something, I'd be like, maybe try it this way, or let's get a little more urgency, or just in case we need it, let's have it a little louder in case there's, when we're staging it, maybe we come up with something where there's some noise going on, so we need them a little louder and stuff. So you try and anticipate all of that, and so yeah. But you do overlap with that, overlap with the designers, because you're always trying to. You have designers come in and design layouts, which is background setups and environments and things like that, and characters. And then a character designer does all that. Now, obviously, Shaggy and Scooby and the gang were designed, but we had to have Giada and Bobby designed for a cartoon. You don't just plug their face in there. But, so it was, so we did that. And we do what we call an animatic, which is you take the storyboard images and you put them up with the track, with the audio track, and you try and time it out and get the timing the way you want it. So hopefully it's playing as a movie, you know, and you're hitting the jokes and you're hitting the drama, and at least that's
A key.
that's what we're trying for. Whether we're successful or not is sometimes up in the air or subjective, but we always want to just tell the best story we can, the best way we can, and so that's the other thing about similarity with live action directors and animation directors is you're still using images to advance a story. So that's the similarity. The difference is we draw it instead of.
No, it's an interesting difference. I never really thought about it.
Me neither.
And then I was like, well, wait, because you don't have the people. You can't move them around except you do with the artist.
Yeah, you just
So we're
basically
directing the artist
direct
and
the artist,
the
and-
storyboard. And that's very cool.
So it's no.
Have you mostly worked in animation?
Yeah,
or-
yeah. I started as a storyboard artist on Batman the Animated Series, then went to Gargoyles, and then directed my first series was a show called Disney's Mighty Ducks, and then I've gone back and forth directing to storyboarding my whole career. So,
Do you have a dream project?
well, Scooby's been pretty much a dream project so far. I also worked on Justice League Action, which I loved. Working on that was really fun. And part of it is the same reason you could put the characters in real jeopardy, have real action, and then go to some comedic fun as well. So it's like nice to switch it up a little bit. So yeah.
So what was the best food that you saw on the animated?
Wow, that's a great question. Well, I gotta say, it's weird, but when Giada was making that pizza, I got hungry. So that was probably, and the little thing that the Samuelsons were working on. I don't know what they.
Amuse-Gueule?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
I'm a foodie. I'm
Well,
sorry.
that's good because I'm going. I know it's something. I remember.
I am the live version of Shaggy and Scooby. When it comes to food, it's, except no Scooby snacks.
When we got in the script, I was like, I don't know what that is. You know, how do I afford that? You know? So.
Is there any room for them to, because I know that it's pretty, everything is kind of set already, but when they want to improv, how does that work on the director's side? If like an actor's like, oh, can I throw this line in here? Like, do they run that by you first, or do they just kind of like do it in the studio and then you kind of work around any improv?
In my experience, is you usually try and get it as scripted, so you have it,
Right.
and then you say, hey, let's play a little bit. So and they'll say, I got an idea. Let me try this. All right. It's just recording, you know, so it's, I mean, you do have a block of time that you have to finish your recording, so sometimes it's weighed by, okay, well, are we up against it in our 3 hours? How much do we have? You know, so you do that, but a lot of times you can just, you let them play a little bit. And sometimes it gets a little carried away if there's the group and they start riffing off each other and you're rolling on the floor laughing, but it's like, oh, we still got work to do, guys. So you have to pull them back. But 9 times out of 10, you want to let it go because it's just funny. And I've had it with where an actor will bring something to the character that's just you don't expect, especially on Justice League Action, for example. There was a show with Firestorm that was a pretty good script, and I liked it, but I was like, okay, so we got in there, and 2 minutes in, the guy who played Firestorm was so awesome. I was like, this is going to be great. Because he was so funny, and he just had such an energy, and it was just like, this is going to be awesome, so... So there's that, where sometimes somebody will bring something to the character that's just unexpected and surprising, and I think you embrace it. You just go, yes, give me more of that.
Since Bobby and Giada haven't ever done anything voice acting wise, was there any hesitation on their parts to just come in and like do their voices, or was it just was it natural for them, or do you know?
As far as I know, they didn't seem to hesitate. I mean, there were scheduling issues. The way I remember it is there was always some scheduling issues. It was hard to find the time for them because they're very busy.
Right.
And I was actually very surprised how natural they were. They were pretty solid, and it was just kind of go, whoa, that's pretty good, That's always better than
Yeah.
Let's try that again.
Well, I hear it's really tough to go to that medium when you're not used to just doing voice, because we speak so much with our bodies.
Yeah.
But to have the ability to translate that into just a voice is an art in itself. It's
They're gifted. They're all hugely gifted. And sometimes when we're doing the animatic process, we do what we call scratch recording, where you don't have the actor, but you need the line to see how the timing might play out. So one of us will do the recording. So yeah, it's a lot harder than you think.
Oh, I can imagine. I do a lot of interviews for animation, and they all blow me away, especially when they start doing the voices as you're interviewing them. We've had a few who have been in. She's one, yes.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Where she can just go from one to the other, and you're just sitting there. There's nothing to do. You just enjoy it.
Yeah, you just sit back. Well, and that's kind of how the records go sometimes too. Where you just
May I take you quick photo? Thank you so much. In that glory.